So you want to know about hashtags and how to use hashtags. Well, I'm going to give you 3 simple ways on how you can use hashtags and really get the targeted audience you want. First off, why do you want to use hashtags? The reason you want to use hashtags is really simple. Hashtags give you a way to find the customers, the potential customers you want to join a conversation, to really reach the people you're trying to talk to. So you'll see a lot of TV shows that have a hashtag. For example, I watch wrestling. I'm actually a professional wrestler. So every Monday night, there's hashtag Raw for Monday Night Raw. So I can start tweeting away and join the conversation with the hashtag Raw, and people who are searching for that will know I'm talking about that conversation, and we can communicate with each other. If I'm trying to find, sell a particular product or find a particular person who is into, let's say, fitness, I could do a hashtag fitness, and when people search that, that's a good way to join a conversation or have people find me knowing I'm talking about those type of situations. So that's one of the reasons you want to use hashtags. Number 2, how to target. So how do you target? Okay, this is where it gets fun. So let's say you're trying to sell a fitness product. Okay, so let's say it's a yoga product, a yoga DVD you're selling, for example. You don't want to just use hashtag fitness. Okay, that's kind of generic. What you want to do is really focus on more of the particular. What are people, think of your customer, what are they tweeting or what are they trying to do? What are they going to talk about? So, in the example of yoga, people who you want your audience, if you're selling a yoga product, your customer is someone who likes yoga or potentially someone who maybe wants to lose weight with yoga. So you want to use terms yoga. So instead of fitness, which is very broad and generic, it's really high level. You want to kind of go a little deeper. So you want to go down to the next level. Start using hashtags yoga, hashtag of yoga, which is good. However, you can even go deeper. If you use a site called hashtagify.me, you can actually type in a hashtag, let's say yoga, and it'll give you in like a little circular pie chart type of thing, the top 10 tweets or hashtags related to that. So if you were to search hashtag yoga, you might get things like yogi or yogini or things like that, or yoga girl or etc. What that's doing is you want to use those hashtags because those are people who are really using yoga. Those are people who are really into yoga. If they're using that particular thing, you're trying to introduce your yoga product, then if you use those hashtags, when people are searching yogini or yoga girl or yoga pants, whatever kind of correlated what you think your customer would be tweeting, you're gonna show up in their feed, and then they're gonna see your yoga product or whatever conversation you're talking about with your yoga product in particular. So that's how you want to really target. So for example, weight loss. Weight loss is huge. A lot of people might tweet diet, hashtag diet. Okay, that's generic. It's very high level. You might get seen by more eyes. However, it's going to be gone in a blip of a second because of how fast like tweets are gone in Twitter. So you want to dive deeper. Now, instead of hashtag diet, maybe hashtag weight loss. Okay, now you're being a little more particular, but think of what people type. Let's say they just ate dinner. How about something like, oh, I just ate, hashtag I feel fat. So if you were to put in, this is my weight loss product, you might want to check it out, hashtag I feel fat. When people actually tweet about hashtag I feel fat, they're saying they feel fat. Maybe they just overeaten. And then you can search that, and then where they're searching that, like, oh my God, I feel fat, but here's a weight loss product that I might be into. So those are just a few ways you can use hashtags and really how to niche down your market. So all you have to do is really think about your customer and how what tweets they're going to use, and you're going to get down to their level. Number 3, best practices. There we go. Best practices. So, you're talking about best practices for tweeting. If you're on Twitter or Facebook, well, Twitter right away only limits you to 140 characters. You don't want to hashtag everything. You don't want to hashtag the full sentence, da 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 da. What you want to do is really limit, and again, think of what your potential customer is tweeting. So you want to only use about 2 hashtags, because if you start using 3 or 4 or 5, yeah, you might reach a broader audience, but people see all the hashtags and they automatically think it's spam because they think it's too much. If you use 1 or 2 hashtags, you have a higher percentage chance of people actually viewing your tweets and doing something to it, clicking your link or replying your tweet or retweeting or sharing, whatever. It's also a good idea to try to limit your tweets to 100 characters, just a little extra bonus. So that's what you want to do on Facebook and Twitter. Just limit it to about 1 or 2 tweets. Hashtags, because you just want to kind of limit it down for you. Now, if you're on Instagram, Instagram allows you up to 30 hashtags. But same thing on the initial picture that you post and your description, only use about 1 or 2 hashtags. Once you post the picture, go directly to the comments, and in the first comment, hashtag away like crazy. Hashtag up to 30 comments at that point. This way, the picture shows up as maybe 1 or 2 hashtags. It doesn't look spammy. They see it. But when it's in the comments, when people search your hashtags, and again, since you have 30 to use, you can use a generic hashtag of fitness and all the broad ones and hashtag of yoga, but you can also use the deeper hashtags of hashtag yogini or hashtag yoga expert or whatever your hashtags you're using, or hashtag I feel fat if you're into weight loss. That's when you can really niche down and be wide at the same time. So you want to make sure you use them in the first comments. So once again, let me recap for you guys. If you want to use hashtags, here's what you need to do. You need to make sure you know why you're using it so that you can reach a broader audience. It's something you really want to do. Now you know how to target. Really think of what your customer is tweeting or hashtagging, and try to use those in your products that you're trying to sell or with your tweets. And third, best practices. Just 1 or 2 when you're on your original post, and if you're on Instagram, on the first comment, just hashtag away. You have up to 30. So if you guys like this and you want to learn more, I actually have a free checklist on how to build your business with social media marketing and networking. And actually, I talk about hashtags. I talk about other cool stuff where you can really learn how to build your brand, build your business, get more followers, all kinds of cool stuff. It's at lifecoachlj.com/freebiztool. Once again, lifecoachlj.com/freebiztool. And you can learn ways that you can build your brand, you can get more followers, you can really build your business and make that bottom line grow bigger. So I hope you guys enjoy this. As always, trust and believe in yourself, and trust and believe in Life Coach LJ.